Trump autographs US currency. Welcome to Mark and Pete, where we look at our favorite current US president and what he's doing with the money and his own branding. Yes, this is Mark and Pete, two blokes with half an opinion. Now, here's our first thought.
Mark of amusement. When there's demand for your autograph, you can write your way into history. Unless it's viewed with a belly laugh, then your appeal is a mystery. Yes, and some people might say that when we come to the subject of Donald Trump. Yes, he is in fact set to become the first sitting US president to have his signature on US banknotes, and that's quite an achievement. Well, I think that what we really need to note here is that Donald Trump has made this move in other ways. He's changing the name of buildings, he's changing the name of government programs in his own name, but placing his signature on a currency note, that could be big bucks. So, Mr. Pete, I ask you, what do you think about this measure? I'm sure that Donald Trump is rubbing his hands with glee.
It's an interesting one, this, isn't it? Because it's actually not a massive move if you think about it. I mean, so it's not a big move to have president's signature prominently appear. You can see it. But of course, knowing Trump's main skill, some would say, the reason for his success is branding. And if you've got your name on the currency of the country, you got your name on the money, visibility is going to be there. Trump has gone around slapping his name on buildings, and sometimes it's just his name on the building, and he had very little to do with the architecture, or in fact the ownership or the building of the building. His name is on there, and with the money, with his name on the money. It's sort of almost gives an ownership to it, as well as great publicity. His name is there being passed around. Whether you like him or not, you can see Trump and on money, which is symbolic of power, of course. So I think this is possibly the most brilliant brand move that anyone's done. Well, maybe ever, but certainly in a long time. Well, what do you think, Mark? You're the business expert here, or the business person. So branding, good for Trump and the Trump family brand going forward if it's on the money.
Well, I think, yes, there's no doubt about that. It's definitely on the money. There's no question about that. In this latest move by the administration, by placing Trump's name with his signature on, and he's got a very distinctive signature as well. It's very spiky, as many people may have known. That in itself, if you talk to a graphologist, will reveal a lot of character traits. But his signature is going to go on the first $100 bills with the signature of Trump, and it will be printed in June of 2026. Now, the thing here, from a business perspective, that means that anyone who's trading, buying things, selling things, yes, what you're doing is effectively passing through Donald Trump. Yes, you are seeing the name all over the place.
Here's what he needs to do next, I guess. That's on banknotes, of course. So what he needs to do is get his name onto digital currency as well. Well, he started that, isn't he? With the Trump coin. Isn't there a Trump coin? And so, he's going to get his name everywhere. But yes, on banknotes is certainly a good step in the right direction.
Well,
right direction to promoting your brand and giving the impression of power.
Well, power for sure. What I'm also curious about is to how long they'll stay in circulation. Now, Donald Trump's got at least another 3 years to go. Now, of course, once that he comes out of administration, some of those notes are still going to be in circulation. Of course, there are many people who will definitely be probably thinking, if I actually could have some of the first notes, and if you were to keep them. So here's a thought, folks. Why not just keep them? Keep one at least, because it might be very valuable, because I can almost certain that I think what's going to happen is people are going to strip them out the moment he's gone. And if you've still got one or two left and they've not been incinerated, they could be worth quite a lot as a sort of valuable antique. So it's an antique of the future that may be coming up here.
Yes, future antique. Look, an interesting historical point is that throughout history, putting your name on money and often your image on money has been this assertion of power. Because you're then saying, well, look, I'm in control of trade, which of course just controls people's lives. Back in the biblical days, well, in the time of Jesus, Jesus commented on the fact that Caesar's name was on the coins and
Yes.
said in the famous exchange, render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's, and to God that which is God's. And, yes, Caesar has control of that, but, the way that you live your life, etc., that's something that is between you and God. Caesar has no say in it. That's true, but well, the reason I'm mentioning it now is that there's the historical precedent for this. That getting your name on the money asserts authority.
Well, indeed. Now, I think that there's no doubt that I think that many people would see that certainly when you look at people of significance in authority, having the image of person is one thing, but my goodness, the very thought of wandering around in commerce, retail, and many other places that you have Donald Trump wandering around in your wallet. Hmm, there's a thought.